What is up? What is up, Demi Squad? Vesper here again to give you my little fireside chat about what's going on in the music industry, man. There's things popping. There's things that you need to know, conversations that we need to talk about. This one in particular is kind of about being a music consumer. Also, for the people out there that are music producers as well, it's good insight to kind of know about how music is being consumed. Um, this one is an interesting one, man. It's basically talking about what percentage of available streamed music is actually being listened to. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the Hard Bodied music video. Hard Bodied music video. First of all, if you haven't listened to Hard Bodied, go check that link and listen and watch the video. And then second of all, if you've listened and haven't watched the video, go watch the video, man. We out here making things. Thank you. Check it out. Hard Bodied. Gonna be here. And then description down there. Hit that link. Let's go. Alright. So out of all the music that is just widely available to be streamed, we're not listening to much of it. And kind of not much of it at all. It's a very small number. And I think the general conception is that now that everyone has free choice, it's not so much that you have a radio DJ back in the days dictating what you're going to listen to, or having anything curated and put in front of you. You would think that more people would kind of take time out to find whatever artists really appeal to them and follow those people, and therefore follow them on their streaming platforms, like stream them on Spotify, stream them on Apple Music, or Tidal if you have a Tidal subscription. Very rare, super rare. But I think the general idea, and I would have thought this, back when I knew less things, just for when streaming was newer, I would have imagined that more artists would have, not necessarily more exposure, but would be represented better, seeing as now, boom, it's just out there. But this year, just yet again, Rolling Stone's coming in with the article saying that streaming was heavily concentrated, again, in parentheses, in 2018. Because in 2017, I think they ran the same article saying how concentrated it was. And it's just talking about how relatively few artists out of the multitudes and multitudes that are available to stream are the ones that are really, really streaming, getting all the streaming numbers. We could talk about our boy Drake, Drizzy Drake, the Canadian sensation, Canadian Bacon Man. Let's go. But it's basically kind of summed up to you in the best way in this one sentence. 90% of streamable music is responsible for just 1% of actual streams. So if there's 100 artists, 90 of those artists, all their music combined is accounting for 1% of all streams that are available. So it just kind of goes to show you marketing, man. And the games that the newer games that labels are playing to put these artists in front of you and all those things. The consumer isn't really going out of their way to go find music. It's not like a Bandcamp scenario where you have, maybe local acts that you want to support or whatever, and that's what you're putting your money into, or your streaming time, however you choose to see it. People aren't really spreading it about looking for new things. It's just they're gonna take more of what they know, and I think this is somewhat obvious, but to some people they would think, since it's such a large, vast playing field, there would be more attention paid to the smaller ones. But nah, man, it just goes to show that it does come down to marketing. It comes down to placement, making sure that your music is getting placed in the right places and the right people are pushing your stuff, because it's that important, man. It's that important. Like, if you're looking for not necessarily, the money coming off of streams, because I don't really think anyone who's necessarily getting into music now is looking for, direct money off of whatever they're streaming. And if that's your goal, it's kind of very difficult to attain without the right people behind you. But a more realistic thing is just they're like using your music to leverage your image or your persona and create your own brand to then maybe collab with other places, get sponsorships, whatever. But this just goes to show that the opportunity isn't just balanced and level, and you should know this. Like, the opportunity, it goes where it's already been. Like, you're gonna get your tried and tested out. Like, this is Drake's one of if not the best year for Drake, just because of all the number ones that he hit this year as far as when it comes to streaming. Yeah, it was the best year for Drake. Yeah, because he broke a streaming record. So it goes to show that those huge artists they're so huge, man. Like, the dispersion that I think was imagined with these streaming services, or at least marketed us, but like that it was marketed us to in that way, if that sentence even makes sense. Ooh, hard edit. No, don't do it. Even though it was marketed to us that it's like, oh, you have this great streaming service that's gonna now allow smaller artists to have the option to be in front of all this audience. Well, while that's true, it's like, if you view the whole streaming idea as like a music festival, and you want to go see your act and you have to go to their tent, no one is going to 90% of the tents. Like, no one. Like, it's really like, it's the big tents are the big tents. That's just what it is, man. Just an update to let you know that the distribution hasn't changed. It has not changed. The game is still being played the same, for anyone who wanted to know. So, just know, maybe 2019 could be your year of giving a new artist a look-see. Just to see what's out there, because just because it's not listened to doesn't mean it's not great. Ponder on it. But yet again, thank you, checking in on us. I do want you guys to do one more thing than just watching that video. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on iTunes. Demigod Collective. Let's go.